everybody, welcome back to Second Wind Homestead. I'm Mariah. Join us as we go tour the garden. I think we'll start up front here this morning by the watermelons. We still have those two doing really well. I have not spotted any other ones growing, but I'll be happy with these two if they do well. That oregano's still crazy. I think I probably need to come in and trim it back a little bit now that it's done blooming. The zinnias and marigolds are doing well. Audrey's rosemary's growing well. Excuse me. The wicking tubs doing really well. The ginger's getting nice and big. That one Swiss chard is taking off. That one's doing alright. Those jalapenos are still on the bush. Poblano's hanging in there. It's probably time to pick him. It looks like he's starting to get some color on him. So I'll probably pick him tonight. Still got to get that basil. Maybe I'll do a quick video about that later this week. On the other side of the walkway here, the mums and the lemon basil are doing fine. You know, just gone to seed, letting them be. That mint is blooming now. It is covered with bees during the day. In the big rock bed, the rosemary and my thyme and marigolds. This mint's doing well. That marigold's doing awesome. This pepper, I still did not find any bugs, but it's starting to put out some new leaves, so I think it'll be alright. My lime tree, still hanging in. I need to get those repotted. I bought some pots to switch those over to. Something bigger for them. My lemon tree, same. Those limbs are bowing way down with the weight of those lemons, but they don't seem to be ripening at all. If any of you have experience with citrus, if I cut those lemons off that have been on the tree for a while, will that let it put some energy towards other things and maybe a new flush of flowers or something? I don't know. My little persimmon here is doing alright. That little pepper's trying its heart out. This tomato's these two here, they're doing alright. We got one tomato on the bush, but it's still blooming. Got some peppers forming on this one. Some weeds I need to pull out too. Oh look, we got the mystery melon. There's a new melon right there on the vine. The other two we've picked and eaten. The girls really enjoyed them. I'm glad to see another melon on the vine. The chives. That blueberry's doing well. This tomato's alright, but see, look, I still keep getting... Looks like we've got a hornworm or a caterpillar of some sort munching on them, but I can't find them. Oh, I found him. I found this one at least. Looky here, guys. Look at that sucker. Oh, he's massive. He'll be getting squished. The new beans are taking off, but they're look, they're putting out runners. These were supposed to be bush beans. So we'll end up moving those to one of the trellises this week. Greenstalk's doing well. You can tell, even though it just rained, it's not getting enough to fully water the tower, so we need to come out and water that tonight once I finish videoing, because my poor basil's all droopy. And so's the stuff on top is getting all the water and not the lower levels. But I'll get those watered. The little volunteer zippers are spreading all across my yard. Audrey was so excited she came out earlier and saw that she had a zinnia open from her little tower. She was all excited. These basil are doing well. And the ginger's getting nice and tall. Little basil seedlings are doing really well that came up in that one. Look how pretty on the tower. the scorpions that are ripened. Just from last week, I've got multiple scorpions on here, all ripe. I've already picked several habaneros. And the Carolina Reaper looks like it's setting fruit. Our trellis here is doing all right. These beans, I really think I am gonna nuke them and plant the next succession of stuff. They're just not doing well. Did you come out to help? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gonna help? All right.
What can I do?
I don't know. What do you want to show them?
I know exactly what to show them. Come on.
Okay. I'll follow.
It's a secret honeysuckle patch that I pick honeysuckle from all the time when it's ripe. And it's delicious. Well, it's not all a secret to honeysuckle. Purple of the mud. Right there, when honeysuckle grows, right there. When I go around and pick the honeysuckle and eat it when it's ripe. Right
Yeah,
there.
it's good, isn't it?
Yep, sure is. And also, Mom, what are those little red flowers?
Those are some sort of little climbing flower that's come up this year. They've gone all the way up through the rose bush and all the way across the top.
How did your rose bush not kill them?
I don't know. I guess the rose bush doesn't mind them. We're back here at the squash on the side. They're still hanging in there. I'm just going to let them go. If they work, they work. If they don't, they don't. This one's trying to climb all out. That fruit did not get pollinated well that we saw last week. It fell off, but that's all right. That rosemary, not rosemary, oregano. Look at what it's coming out the bottom and it's spreading all out into the yard.
Mom, remember our rhubarb?
Yeah, our rhubarb back there.
I hope it's doing well and the deer haven't gotten into it.
Oh, it doesn't look like the deer got it. Looks like we got a couple dead leaves from maybe heat, but rhubarb's hanging in there. Asparagus is still doing great. I'm just letting it go. Okay, baby. I'll be in a minute. It's got I see a new shoot. Look. It has a brand new stalk coming up there with that one. Right next to that weed I'm going to pull. These things have popped up all over my yard this year. I'm not sure what they're called, but they're evil. And away they go. This is our wildflower patch. We've got some lantana and some milkweed and that in here. And we just let it go from year to year. Let it reseed itself. Whoop, tripping over the asparagus. Cucumbers are still as sad as last week. But the okra are doing really well back here. Starting to get tall. Looks like we might be starting to get some blooms soon. That's good. Zippers still going strong. Starting to yellow a little bit. They might be starting to slow down, but we're still picking every day off of them. Aquaponics, the celery are definitely on the decline. This has been the first week of back to school / virtual learning for the kids, so between that and the 4 million other things I have to do, I have not had any time to come out here. And even, I like to just weed when I come out, even if it's 1 or 2 every time I come out, but have not had a lot of time. The tower for the aquaponics is doing all right. Ginger's doing well. A couple brown leaves on the bottom, but that should be all right. Those little basils are starting to grow. The green onions are doing awesome. I've picked several for meals in the last week or 2. Peppers up here, it's definitely time, I think, for them to come out. They're looking really, really sad. The onions I've had drying out here in the greenhouse, doing pretty good. They're feeling fairly dry. They are probably good enough for me to go ahead and trim I'm taking to the house. Alright, for these on the side yard we missed when Luna was showing us stuff. The sugar babies, still growing. Got the 2 down there on the bottom. I'm not sure if, I don't think the ones that were up in the tire got pollinated well. That's okay, they're still blooming. Beautiful birdhouse gourd bloom there. It's finally reached over and it's catching some of the old dead limbs from the rose and climbing that. Maybe it'll start putting fruit soon. This squash is looking good. This pumpkin, man, I mean, it's been hit so many times, but it is still trying its best. Got that one part of the vine coming down. This, I mean, it's there. It's not totally dead yet, but that one totally kaputs. That birdhouse gourd, it's almost all the way over to this fence now too, and it's blooming. Those 2 don't look so hot. I figure out what I want to put in those in place of those poor squash that are not doing well. Okra is doing well. Oops, Daniel came out earlier and harvested, but there's one I see that he missed, but that's okay. It's got room to get a little bigger. The trellis here, that loofah, which is all the way up and down, it's doing great. Those 2 little tomatoes that are on that, I got 2 tomatoes here that are kind of intertwined, but it's doing all right. Noodle bean is still putting out some beans. Got a couple here. I've picked several this week of those. Santa Claus melon is still trying to hang on. I don't know. If it hurries up, it might have enough time to put another fruit on and set something before frost. We picked all the eggplants this week. And last but not least, the derpy peppers. They are doing excellent. I have several banana peppers I need to come. Both these plants come get off this week. They're plenty large enough. I mean, look at the size of that. That's excellent. So I'll probably pick some of those this week. Audrey's little oak seedling she saved. My stuff up here is doing alright. I did lose those couple from just the heat last week, but the little Meyer lemon I started from seed is doing really well. I noticed it had some roots coming out of the bottom of its pot, so it's time to repot that one. My pineapples are still doing excellent out here. And my little bitty rose cuttings and that one pomegranate still hanging in there with 2 leaves. Well, that's it for tonight, guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope to see you next time.